Okay, so the first thing I wanted to discuss is film actors being replaced by artificial intelligence. This is new software which allows you to swap actors for virtual models. These are fake models, they don't exist obviously, but you can replace an actor on a screen with this render, and in theory you could swap them for another actor or anything else really. So keen to discuss how this will affect films, TV, YouTube, etc, etc. Let's show the clip and I'll give commentary on this. So this is the individual. He is walking down the street and boom, he is instantly replaced by a robot. This person is instantly replaced by a CGI cartoon. This person is instantly replaced. They run the software, bing, 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 da, 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 code happens, and then instantly the person has been replaced into a model, showing in real time what that looks like there. This is available now. It's not some demo. This is actually available for purchase, and this will be used very soon in Hollywood. This will be used very soon across the world. We're going to see movies with actors being replaced left, right, and centre. Really, so obviously pretty cool, pretty groundbreaking about how this can happen, and the use of artificial intelligence being used not just in theory, not just with something like GPT, but now in industry and commerce. Let's get your reactions initially to that. Rui, when you see that clip, what do you think?
Wow, so many things, right? I don't think it's necessarily new. It's been on the cards for quite a while.
Yeah.
Opportunities, dangers, adaptation, all of that is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Opportunities, cost reduction, of course, right?
Yeah.
More content for sure.
Yes.
The quality of it's a question mark.
Yeah.
But there's always opportunities with these new technologies and challenges as well.
Yeah.
Challenges for not just the film industry, but so many other industries challenged by AI.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to understand what's the next iteration of using these things, right?
Yeah.
So opportunities, challenges, excitement, but also a little bit scary. Because are we losing ourselves in the process or not? Are we, enhancing ourselves? There's so many questions there.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I mean, it's definitely going to be cheaper to make movies. It's definitely going to be easier. But definitely, is that a good thing for people, for humans? Who knows? But yeah, those are good points. What are your thoughts, Lorenzo, when you see that clip?
Yeah, I guess I just had one thought really, and all that other stuff as well. I agree with it as well, but the main thing I realised was that it does give huge opportunities to actors who might otherwise not have parts in certain roles.
Absolutely.
So that's the real big thing. It kind of increases the diversity of the film industry.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting, I think.
So potentially an actor being filmed elsewhere, having different shots of them smiling, laughing, etc., and then just being able to pop that onto a video.
And then naturally the film industry itself has to be biased because the bias of the role itself, that person is like a certain origin or has certain height or weight.
Yeah.
But then you got like this thing that completely, you don't even need to worry about that.
Well, I wonder if different movies will end up being released with different actors doing the same. Like you can have Lord of the Rings, but with different types of actors or something. Or maybe if a movie is released in China, you have it with a Chinese cast, and you have it, in the West with English cast. It'll be interesting to see how that happens. Lucas, when you see that clip, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, there are like three main elements over here. So, as you said, it is for a long time on the market, but now we're making that more accessible for everyone. So that's a huge opportunity for smaller studio, some individuals who are trying to enter the stage. For the big studios, like let's say Marvel, they're struggling with building next releases because of the load their teams have. And we are not replacing actually actors over here. We're replacing animators. We are making them, they can spend more time on building models, building textures, but not actually animating.
Yeah.
And that comes to the third point is, is acting. And there's actor. Actor sometimes is a vessel. And we are replacing the vessel, but you have actors who has massive range.
Yeah.
They can, AI will be still needs a lot of improvement to be able to show their emotions, to reflect all this range of actually acting.
Yeah.
And that gives amazing opportunities. You have people like Andy Serkis who can play anyone
Yeah.
If you just change the vessel around that. So this is the most exciting thing, as you said, for those unknown actors who don't maybe have a outside looks, but they have the talent to show the story.
Yeah. I think replacing a human for a human will be interesting. Probably more interesting than replacing like a human for a robot, because that'll get like a gimmick. That'll be boring pretty soon, I think. But I think that's really where this could potentially have legs. There is obviously the danger, and I think you mentioned it a second ago, Rui, about this could potentially be a bad thing as well. This could replace actors with CGI models. We did a clip on the podcast recently, a company called LaLaLand.ai, which is a virtual modeling studio. So Levi, the jeans company, they now are using AI models on their website, so you can select your gender, you can select your skin tone, ethnicity, and then it will show what somebody like you could look like in the clothing. And their view was, look, this is good for diversity, it's good for ED&I. I said, look, probably not, because you're actually not giving the diverse models a chance. You're just giving AI the job, so it's replacing the jobs. I do worry this might have the same effect. So maybe we won't even need actors in the future, because you can do machine learning to determine what the best image is for a person, and then just use that. Or could you have somebody like Tom Cruise's likeness? It's not quite Tom Cruise because it's just AI. Maybe you change the eyebrows or the eye color or something, and then boom, you don't get sued. Will we need actors, whether that's someone famous or not? What do you think?
I think the interesting bit is that you get better something by doing more of it.
Yeah.
And if humans do less of it, how do you become better, number one? And then there's so many elements of surprise in what you do, and how you become better something, which is a collaborative effort of errors, mistakes, polishing, being afraid, being brave, trying new things, how elements of failure make it better. And failure is the only thing that makes everything better, right? It's the process of getting somewhere new and more exciting. And I think that's part of the human experience, being taken through that journey of failure and honing the skills and coming with something new at the end of it. If AI is doing that, I think AI is becoming better. Humans are becoming better, but how much of it is actually us with our biology, the biological element that makes us unique, right? That's the thing. I think it's something to think about in the future. How is that going to play into the digitization of everything, right? And then the element of the new. Well, how many movies do you enjoy these days that are packed with CGI?
Exactly.
And you get excitement out of them. It's just everything seems the same these days, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're more excited by things that makes us feel human. And usually it's a human getting those things out of us. Yes, you can get machines to makes us feel human, but usually there's something more than that. There's the biological sense of species and how we are all sharing the same journey. That's the bit that I don't know how we'll play into this.
This could be disastrous for like Disney or Pixar, because they've got like a monopoly on like all the CGI talent working for them. But if anybody can just rock up and create that, then why would they be able to hold on to that walled garden and that marketplace? What's your thoughts, Lorenzo, on the potential of actors being replaced by AI? Do you see that being a thing?
Yeah, I completely agree about the human experience. And actually, with like any industry, or like I said, I do a lot of music and things like that. I do believe there's something that right now we can't really capture in an AI format. So the response of someone feeling a certain way and acting in a certain way as a result, I don't believe right now we can do that with AI. Maybe it can be done in the future, but in terms of the consumer, so if you take a parallel with theatre versus current pop culture movies, people still go to the theatre. Theatres are still packed out because people have that need to see a raw performance.
Yes.
And so perhaps maybe I'm wrong, but like Rui says, I don't believe AI will be the norm in terms of the movies we do watch in the future.
Okay.
But let's see how it goes. Watch it back in 50 years' time, and
What's your take, Lucas?
First of all, I wouldn't worry about big studios. They'll have enough money to buy every new thing, every new creation. But it will open, of course, door for the talent. And the points you guys made about human, as I said before, it's still challenge, and we are still a long way to be able to mimic the natural look of and behavior of human. And when you have an animation, which is the model looks almost alive, but there will be something cringe in the eyes, in the mimic. That's where we need the person. And if you look on this from this side, it's not so scary because it's the same like method acting or like makeup. We're just giving more range, and it actually can help diversify, because let's be honest, like all entertainment is still very inclusive. We still have a massive majority control, or maybe control, but taking the prime, and the rest struggle. And if you have someone from unrepresented background who is brilliant actor, they can jump in the skin of anyone, of any creature, of any person, and show the talent, and they can jump those barriers. And once they do that, they can actually start playing themselves once they establish their name and so on. So I wouldn't worry about that, because it's just another improvement for efficiency, how much time and money we're spending on building content. But everything will be still for humans and around humans.
Alfie, have you seen, you said quite an interesting point that you were talking about. It's happening in music, by the way. Quite recently, there's been a few artists being, a few pieces of music launched as the AI artist version. Like
I can't stop listening to it. Kanye AI has replaced like 50% of my Spotify. And I've gone to YouTube because they don't really host it as much on Spotify. So I was tweeting Daniel Ek, the founder of Spotify, the other day about this, and like giving him a business plan on what to do. But I think it's really going to disrupt Apple, Spotify, if they don't really adapt onto the AI, because soon you'll be able to type in what song you want and who you want to sing it, and then boom, you got that song. That's a game changer.
There's a guy on YouTube called Ricky Beato. He's a musical producer from the States, and he's made a quite an interesting episode the other day about talking how it's going to play out in the future with step by step to the music industry in terms of the AI musicians, and how in the beginning everyone will see it as an opportunity it's another revenue stream, right? But then the distributors will kind of the record labels will see it, okay, so we can produce our own artists, so we don't really need the artists, and then they will start pumping music from these AI artists, which by the way many people will prefer, as you were saying, true, because better quality, probably better tuning of the voice, more creativity, more things to explore. But then how is it going to play out from there is that the distributors like Spotify, Apple Music, and all the others will see, well, we don't really need the artists and the labels, so we can pump our own AI artists, and they...
Maybe, man. I mean, Grimes has just said that she'll give 50%.
50%,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.